Pencils down. That's it.
Snap
Pencils
it
down.
down.
If you have
Down.
a pencil, if you have
Put
a
it down.
pencil,
Put it down.
it's down. It's down.
Put it down.
That's it. That's it.
Put it down.
Are we going to be Eddie? I kind of want to.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm Jerry Rocha. That
Yeah.
right there.
Eddie Pence.
That's Eddie Pence.
And
Comedians.
this was a ramble.
This was a ramble that you just.
That
heard.
was a
Now
ramble.
it's over. We gave you a little extra bit. We took a minute to get the pencils down.
A little bit.
For
A little
you.
bit.
For
A
you.
little bit longer.
Just give
Longer,
you
yeah.
time to
Well, we
kinda
got such
get
positive
acclimated.
feedback last week about the extended
Right.
ramble that we did
Right.
that we're like, okay, well, let's.
And since it's just you and me, let's just let the cat out of the bag. Cody, look, they won in New
Yeah.
Hampshire,
Sure.
but Trump was wanting to win by like 20 or 30.
They were
And I
they were
think
thinking
he's-
30.
He's
And he won by
close
7,
to
10?
10. So now Haley's staying in it. Trump, I don't think Cody was happy. I don't know what Cody does, like, because you heard Trump's speech, right? When he's like,
Right,
this
about
is money
investigating.
we could have been spending on the general, and now we have to spend this money in South Carolina. He's just pointing out how fucked they are. That couldn't have been great for Cody, but
Well, I mean, it was a masterful move of getting Tim Scott to have a fiance. That was
man.
quite the stroke of genius.
When I proposed to Andrea, there was definitely a camera crew there. I don't know if that's how it was when you proposed to Tracy. Did
Yeah,
you have
absolutely.
a camera crew there to
When I want to make sure that everyone thinks I'm straight,
I'm not gay.
then I will.
Look,
I'm not gay at all.
look at me proposing to this white motherfucker on a beach. You think I sling
So-
dick? What's the matter?
So that old Republican base will accept me.
Yeah, you think I'm on that dick train? Stop it. Look at this white bitch. I'm fucking
Nah, look at
proposing
me.
to.
Come on,
Charles
Come
Phillips,
on.
CP? Seeps?
CP, Seeps.
I have nothing to really add to the podcast. I just want to say the 23rd was my 37th birthday. Happy birthday, Rambler
Happy
Charles
birthday.
Phillips. And I took back my title. Oh, he's Brock 626.
Oh, Brock.
Skeletor doesn't have to worry about paying me for the hot tub. Evil Lynn paid me for it, but I had to get my money from the only place big enough to hold all that money.
Oh,
He-Man's mother's pussy. There we go.
All right.
Thank you.
Seeps.
Happy belated birthday to Seeps. Now, we went
Seeps.
from CP.
Seeps.
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 Seeps. Seeps.
Look, this is how crazy this ramble. You got probably the longest ramble we've ever done with the time between the start and pencils down.
I would imagine. Yeah,
It
yeah,
might
yeah.
be, and now, you know what?
Close to it.
You know what?
What?
Pretend you can hear the music. Not even 3 minutes in, Eddie. How crazy
My God.
am I being? Right?
My God. You don't even know what we're doing.
You need to know. And if you know the words, I think I dedicate this from Eddie and I to you, the Ramble listener.
Oh,
Does that
that's
make
sweet.
sense?
I think
Okay,
so.
And when you hear
Get
the
that.
words, and by the way, before I get into this, could we do an entire? You know how we did an entire Stall of Fame with Gilligan's Island?
Sure.
Could
Sure.
we do I mean, if there was ever a band who could just put out a finger bang album,
Yeah.
start to finish, tell me what you think, Eddie.
Okay.
I was a lonely one, wondering what went wrong, why love had gone and left me lonely. I was so confused, feeling like I'd just been used, and you came to me, and my loneliness left me. Everyone, I used to think I was tied to a heartache, but that's a heartbreak. But now that I found you, even the nights are better. Now that we're together, even the nights are better since I found you. Whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa. How deep are you going now? Even
we're
the
going-
days are
Oh.
brighter.
Oh, ow, ow,
when
ow,
someone you love beside
Oh.
you. Even the nights are better.
Oh, no,
since
no.
I
Oh, no.
found you.
Oh.
The double fist goes
The
in for
double
Air Supply.
fist.
What do you think? Are they the finger bang band, Air Supply?
I think if you get together, you get your buddies together in the garage, and you get your instruments, you're like, hey, let's make a finger bang classic. I don't know how
It's
you
an
don't go
Air-
through. How do you
Air
not pour
Supply
through the
catalog.
whole Air Supply catalog to get inspired?
Dare we start? Okay, do you mind if we just we start just on North, because we had our meeting in Beverly Hills, and
Yeah.
you could. This was not on it, was it? In our pre-ramble
No.
meeting. No.
No.
So let's.
This was
just
not part of
hold
the
on.
agenda.
Do we just rank or do we say that for a later? Maybe next ramble. Do we rank all of Air Supply's finger banging songs?
Oh,
What do you think? Do we put them out there for you, the Rambler, to listen to and think about? How about that?
yeah. Maybe let's get some feedback from the Ramblers, from Ramble Nation.
I'm gonna go with 8. Okay.
Okay.
I'm lost in love and I don't know much. I mean, Jesus Christ, Eddie.
Dude,
You already.
I'm wet. I'm wet.
This on my left hand is already finger banging myself right now. Of course, even the nights even the nights are better. That's
Yeah.
And then here, Eddie, here I am, the one that you love, loves you in so many ways. Okay.
Can't find a partner. Finger bang a wooden chair.
Here I am, playing with those memories again. I mean, okay, wait.
Ooh.
And then this might be, okay, then, making love out of nothing at all.
You're skipping that one. You're blowing past finger banging. You're straight fucking at that one. That might disqualify itself. That might disqualify itself.
It's too much.
It's too much, man.
But making love out
too
of nothing
much.
at all might not be allowed to compete.
Might not be allowed.
Is this one even close to allowed? Girl, you're every woman in the world to me. You're everything I need. And
You play that one as you get ready to drop her off for the evening.
Play
that.
Hey, good night. Good night.
That's how you say goodnight with that one.
And then I think my personal favorite Air Supply song, I don't know where it ranks for you, but I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right. Believing for so long. I'm all out of love. So what do you think?
If Staying Alive is the quintessential disco song,
yeah. All Out of Love
by the
is
Bee Gees,
quintessential finger banging.
that's the quintessential finger banging song.
So every future finger banging, is it the Air Supply All Out of Love finger banging award goes to?
I think I think so.
So those are the 8 songs. We're going to be deciding next ramble the order of finger banging and all the. Eddie might already disqualify.
I may have disqualified one.
Nothing at all. But it's Lost in Love, Even the Nights Are Better, The One That You Love, Every Woman in the World, Making Love Out of Nothing at All Out of Love, and Here I Am. God damn.
How'd they even get in the studio to record those?
I don't. God Almighty. You think they had to have used session musicians who just recorded the music and then they just sang and just were finger banging.
Yeah, I mean,
what else?
How do you sing that and just not have fingers in yourself or someone else?
Right. It's insane.
How is that the title? How do you have fingers in yourself or not someone else? How do you not have fingers in yourself or someone else?
That's it. I'm writing it. How do you not
have fingers in yourself or someone else?
AKA the Air Supply. Ramble.
That's going to be on someone's podcast player. That's going to be.
You would think. You would hope.
You would think.
If they would subscribe to us, Eddie. If they
scrolling across the screen.
Rating, first, they got to subscribe. Then they have to give us a 5-star rating, positive text review. I mean, let's come for Seeps. Even though it's his birthday, let's go after that Brock 626.
Come on,
Seeps. So
Seeps a fighting champion.
Seeps is a champ. Now that we've gotten that, I think that was a good catch up. I think we did a great tease.
I think we did a
for
great
the next
tease.
round. But let me go ahead and mark that down so
Sure.
I don't forget.
Don't.
You know what I mean?
Don't forget that one.
Ranking Air Supplies. Can you do this? Can you rank 8 Air Supply songs, Eddie?
Probably. It's gonna be tough.
For finger. So I send you a text of all the songs just so you.
Yeah, send me the text of the playlist, and then I'll see what I can do.
Lost in love and I don't know much. All right, here it is. I'm sending you now. Air Supply. And you would assume the Air Supply.
Yeah.
Means all the queefing that's coming out of
all the air that's being pushed up in there through all the banging, and then the giant queef. That's what Air Supply was meant for.
Is that the title of our next ramble? Does the air supply mean all the queefing? We're so fucking stupid. I love it.
Is about the queefing.
Are we doing 2 air supply titles in a row?
We might. We may just do that.
Does air supply imply all the queefing? Is that...
All the queefing to come?
Yeah.
We've already titled next week's Ramble, and we know what that's going to be about.
We don't know. We haven't even... So, now it's time for a segment that...
Okay.
This is tough, buddy. It's done dirty
Oof.
or the right move. And
I brought this up yesterday on the radio.
Right. And I don't know how, like it, the King Henry V and Falstaff fell very much right in the line of, yes, he was done dirty, but he had to do it.
It had to be done.
Yes, it was done dirty.
Had to be done.
I don't know if you can say this for this. I think you're going to have to come to one or the other. Does that make sense?
No, I get it. I get it.
And this is the Montreal Screw Job. Vince McMahon to Bret the Hitman Hart. By the way, we could do an entire done dirty or the right move. We could do 800 of them just on pro wrestling alone.
Sure, sure.
And 99.9 of them was Vince McMahon doing someone dirty.
Done dirty.
Did he do the right thing? I mean, that's 90%.
Yeah.
Here's some, okay, to those who want an example. Ultimate Warrior, completely no selling and then squashing Triple H at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's done dirty. Yeah. That was doing Triple H dirty. There was no good for business right move. That was just Warrior being ego and like, fuck this. Here's what we're going to do. You do your finisher. I kick out. I beat you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so now you have an idea, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Eddie?
Right.
Is that okay? So do you mind if I start us off on this?
Start us off. Go for it.
At first glance, I think if you were just to sit me down and say, here's what happened, right? You give me the buildup, okay?
Right.
I say it's the right move at first glance. I say Hart had the belt. He was about to bolt for another company, the only other company, really. Yes, there were others, but come on. It was WWF.
Right, it's only 2 companies. There was only 2 companies.
And he refused to drop it at home. That was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to drop it at home. Now, he said, I'll do it the next night. I swore I'll drop it. I swear I'll drop it. I think he said he's going to drop it on Monday Night Raw, right? The very next night is what the plan was. But I can understand Vince McMahon, after having just seen Medusa take the WWF Championship on Monday Nitro and throw it in the trash, being like, fuck that. And if you want to go with the general consensus that this was not a work and this was actually a shoot, then it also was the right move because inadvertently kind of ushered in the Attitude Era with your evil Mr. McMahon character.
Yes.
Now, the more I think about it, Eddie, on the belt issue, on the worrying of he's taking my belt to another. It's not a real fucking belt. He can just print up a new one. Who gives a fuck? It's not like after Medusa pulled that stunt, they didn't eliminate the women's champ. Oh, it's going to have women's titles.
Well, it went away for a while.
It did go
It didn't
away
come back
for a
till
while.
later, until it was called the Diva title.
The Diva
but
title.
That was a while.
It took a minute. And I think Hart, another thing I think of is Hart, of all people. I believe him, and I don't know. Of course, we've never met Bret Hart, right? But
no.
I believe, and maybe I'm a sucker, I believe him to be someone who would never fuck over a promotion no matter what.
Yeah, he seems being raised in the business the way he was.
In the business. I could not see him just walking in to Nitro with the belt.
Yeah, and have you ever seen the documentary Wrestling with Shadows?
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one.
So if you watch that documentary, you see that they weren't like when McMahon was like, I can't pay you what they're paying you. So, you go, no hard feelings. And it was sort of like that. It was Hart didn't have any hard feelings.
Right.
Until the whole issue with the strap came up. But like as far as the money went in the contract, it wasn't like, I can't believe you're not paying me. I did all this for you. No, it was sort of like, I got it, you can't pay me, I can't turn this down.
And to that point, I don't think there was anyone bigger than Bret Hart in bridging the gap he kept them more than anyone because Shawn Michaels, yes, was the superstar of all superstars at that point. But
Yeah.
Michaels doesn't get that without Bret Hart.
No.
And I think Bret Hart was the perfect bridge to take you from Hulkamania era to the Attitude Era. He held that thing together.
He
when
really
you
did.
had Doink and Dink and all that bullshit. He held that together. It was, and also to another, because of the underappreciated nature of it, ain't no fucking way Vince would have done that to Hogan. There's no fucking way.
No, Hogan would have had his way.
Yep.
But Hogan made him a lot more money than I think Bret Hart ever did.
Than ever, of course.
Yeah.
But putting all that together, that's why I look back and I think my personal final verdict, Bret Hart was done dirty.
I totally get your point, and I actually side with you and Bret on this, but I do think it had to be done.
Right.
Because at that stage, WWF was teetering. WCW had all the bankable stars.
They had all the momentum.
Stone Cold was a mid-carder and dicking around with the IC belt. No one gave a shit. No one gave a shit.
And of course, revisionist history, Vince didn't believe in him.
No one did. No one knew.
No one did. No one knew.
And so Bret Hart growing up in a wrestling family, knowing that that everything goes to the promote, like it's all about the promotion. It's the promotion. Everything's the betterment of the promotion outweighs the betterment of the wrestlers, and that's the way he was sort of raised. With Stu Hart and all that stuff, and growing up in Calgary and Stampede Wrestling or whatever it was. But for him to get put in that situation with McMahon going, I can't have you drop my strap. I can't have you not drop my strap because of what just happened, and how we're literally teetering with this other company that's coming. It's going to put my family business out, because WWF was not a global phenomenon at this point.
Was not.
WCW was kicking its ass.
WWF at that point, all they had were Bret, Shawn, and the Undertaker and Yokozuna, right?
Yeah,
and it wasn't talk about their star. It was those four, wasn't that?
But no one was talking about it. It wasn't something people talked about at work the next day. No one gave a shit. People cared about the NWO. People talked about that shit.
NWO was Hogan already Hollywood at that point?
I believe, because he was Bash the Beach '97. I think happened that summer, and then Screw Job happened.
Yeah.
Bash the Beach was '96, I think.
Right. So Hogan was already.
It was almost a year of NWO.
Of just NWO owning pro wrestling.
Right. And McMahon's losing one of his three pillars at this point: Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and Bret Hart. And you can't run the risk of Bischoff going, hey, here's another $10 million, bring that belt with you.
You don't think Ted Turner would have cut that check?
That's what I'm saying. McMahon couldn't take that. I don't agree with what McMahon did, and I feel for Bret Hart, but at the same time, it had to be done, because you just cannot have your fledgling company have its title on the other TV with Bret Hart.
Over there.
And then you completely delegitimized your entire roster, going, all the best wrestlers are now over there, including our world champion. I
wonder if there, looking back, was there any chance Hart could have been talked into dropping it at that
I don't know what was Hart's obsession with dropping it in Montreal. You lose wherever you lose. You just do what's right for the story.
It's like what Scott Hall said. It's fake when you win, too.
That's what I'm saying. Had he won, what'd he win? Oh, he just won because we said he's going to win. So, that never... I understand that's your hometown. You don't want to up in your hometown. But at the same time, do a match where you don't come off as a chump and you lose the strap.
Right. Have someone interfere.
You can have a match where you come out on top, but you lose the strap.
Don't lose clean.
Yeah, don't lose clean.
Interfere.
Whatever.
Have someone interfere and knock you out, and then you fucking drop it, whatever. So, yeah.
But I think it had to be done. Bret Hart may have been done dirty, but it had to be done. Because at that time, WWF was dying.
They were dying.
And they couldn't. And all it would take is Bischoff, who was fucking printing money just to go up to Hitman going, hey, man, before you go on Raw, just come on over here. Here's another $10 million. And Hitman's going to be like, fucking $10 million? Yeah. I'll take the strap over there.
Trash that belt. Go trash it.
But even if Hitman was so indebted to McMahon and wouldn't do that because he's a good person or whatever, McMahon still can't take that chance because he just got screwed over by somebody else.
Right. He just had Medusa, and you think they probably triple what they offered Medusa to do that stunt.
That would have been the death knell for WWF.
If he just walks in and trashes it.
Had Hitman shows that title on the TV the next day.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but I personally, because I just can't see Bret Hart doing that. That's why I inch on the done dirty side, because I just couldn't imagine.
I can't see him doing it either. But again, if someone waves $5 million or $10
right?
million in front of your face,
who's to say what no or what they? Yeah.
If you've ever watched that documentary about Wrestling with Shadows, it's a lot about like he needs money. He wants money because he's getting towards the end of his career and he's got to pay for. He's got kids and a wife at the time, and
he's probably got a body that's going to break down on him, and he's going to need some medical help.
So you need the money, and then if Bret Hart drops it, and McMahon doesn't come out and do the thing, and we don't get a Mr. McMahon, and WWF is dead.
They are dead without that.
Because if Hitman takes that title and goes over to WCW,
if he takes the title, or even if he drops it with no drama, WWE is still dead.
It still might be hurting.
Don't you think? Like it's
because you don't get the McMahon character.
You don't get the McMahon character. You can't. It doesn't work.
And then Stone Cold doesn't work.
No, because now you have the ultimate foil to the Mr. McMahon character that you never had before.
Right. I mean, they may have figured it out down the road, but it wouldn't have been as immediate as it was. No.
It's
had to be done. Had to be done.
Look, Eddie, what
had to be done.
Segment. Who has anyone ever done the Montreal Screw Job like we just did?
No, never on a podcast. No one's ever talked about this before. No. I don't agree with it, but it had to be done.
Not like this. All right, now we go on to our next segment. The Super Nintendo game that should have been Matlock 4000.
Matlock.
I think the premise is Matlock awakens in the year 4045 as a half cyborg samurai. Like, I don't know how he got there. Do we want to even figure out how he got there?
I think we just open up with that 16-bit cutscene of just the cryogenic chamber just opening, and you see the silhouette of Matlock, and you're like, okay, that's the Matlock silhouette, and then he comes through, and his dick is just. It's just a gray bush. It's just a gray bush with a little white
massive hog. I would say I think Matlock had a fucking hog. Just this massive, like, just knuckle dragging on the ground as he walks.
But he's got that samurai hair. He's got all that gray hair pulled back like a samurai.
And he steps into his cybernetic outfit. See, we have to keep the trend going. There has to be full male genitalia in every one of these video games.
16-bit male genitalia.
16-bit Matlock dick to swing. And then he fucking... Hey, so what does he do? Is there some glowing lightsaber katana he just takes out after he's suited up, and then it begins?
I think he has his briefcase. Starts. He has his brown classic Matlock briefcase, right?
Right.
And he opens it up, and he pulls out just the hilt, right? And then it just, in homage to Star Wars, but it's a samurai sword. It just...
And then I just see, like, a nuked city, right? And then a helicopter comes up, the door opens, and Matlock jumps out and starts walking. And that's the beginning of it.
That's the beginning. No explanation for why or what happened.
There's a helicopter open. The door's open on a helicopter.
But his quest is to find 12 jurors.
There it is. So it's a 12-level game.
It's a 12-level game.
You got game. 12 levels to find the jurors, and the 13th level, it just becomes a courtroom drama. The final level, the final stage, is just.
You got to battle the DA or the prosecutor or the defense attorney.
It's the defense. It just becomes a fucking. Like a text-based.
It's like a choose-your-own adventure game.
Courtroom drama. It's just all Contra 3. It's Contra 3 for 12 levels.
Until you save 12 jurors.
He's back in the courtroom.
He's back in the courtroom.
In the year 4045. And it's all one of those like every decision counts, like every text option you make, like it
Yeah.
all like what the verdict is gonna. And the problem is, it's a Super Nintendo game. It's punishing. If they say not guilty, you start all the way back at the.
You gotta go all that. You gotta find a new juror pool.
The helicopter opens up again.
And I think during the trial, during that stage 3, different assassins jump through the window of the courtroom and try to kill the jurors.
So you have to fight them off.
You have to fight them off because if a juror gets killed, mistrial, and you got to start all over again and collect jurors.
I had a feeling.
I think there's.
Is the final boss holding the last juror? Is it his daughter? Is it Matlock's daughter, who's also been resurrected, but now she's just a mindless cyborg samurai, so he has to kill his own daughter? And I mean, since it's decision based, Eddie, it's all choice based. Then I think if you get I think this is one of those games with like 8 different endings. And I get teared out, and I think the best ending is he gets to fuck Angela Lansbury.
She's the judge.
She's the judge, and Matlock gets to fuck her if it goes good.
But you have to answer every single question the right way throughout the trial
to get to fuck Angela Lansbury.
And then the bench just like it just opens up, and she's just pantsless from the waist down.
And it's just like these little 16-bit still images, cutscenes of like him eating her pussy, and he's like looking up at the camera.
Oh fuck!
Imagine you're 12 years old.
He takes the gavel and he's just pounding her vagina. He's just court is adjourned. Court is adjourned.
Imagine being 12 years old and renting that shit at Blockbuster. Like, what the fuck am I watching? All right, what's on the cover? What's on the cover? Is it just a cast photo of Matlock and there's no explanation? It's just a regular cast photo.
just says Matlock 4000.
Matlock 4000. It's just a regular cast photo. What the fuck? Where's everybody?
Matlock 4000.
I just love it. It's just the cover art is just the Matlock season 1 cast photo, and it just says Matlock 4000 that you put in the game, and that's
it's
that cryogenic tube. He walks with his dick out, and he fucking...
in the year 4045. Oh,
but are you not playing the fuck out of that thing?
And then as a child, after you play that, do you not try to find Matlock and watch it? And then the utter disappointment that washes over you. How come he's not eating Angelina Jolie? What's happening?
Why is he not hitting her pussy with the fucking cap?
That's how you get her to come. The cum meter goes up. The faster you hit it with the gavel.
It's a bonus mini game if you unlock the ending where you get to fuck Angela Lansbury. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
God.
Oh my God. Oh. Okay.
Well, this is...
That's how that game goes down.
That's... Matlock 4000. I just... Oh, fuck. Now... how do we recover, Eddie?
I don't know. Need a breather.
I would say we could do our deep dive on 90s music. But do we shelve that for another ramble and go straight to the heart of this ramble?
Oh, maybe we should do that.
I mean, because going deep into 90s music, that ain't going to be easy.
No, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
And we just covered a lot of ground with the Screw Job and Matlock 4000.
It's just this drawing of just pussy juice just shooting out of Angela Lansbury. Like when he's hitting her with the gavel, he's just got all of her pussy juice pouring out of his face.
It's like in Punch-Out when you're hitting the buttons during the ring break.
The Ring King.
Or Ring King, and you're making the guy go, give him a blowjob.
Oh Jesus. All right, so we're very sorry to. Okay, so next Ramble, we will do going deep on '90s music.
Okay.
I mean, don't you think?
I think.
So now, the steel cage is lowered.
It's
not
been
the steel cage,
lowered during
not the
Matlock. It was getting
I'm
lowered.
sorry, not the steel cage. The Survivor Series apron is now on the thing, and so you just. I think the arena goes black.
Yeah.
And you hear, "Oh, stains on the China, never ran
Never met him before.
no one
Who
cares."
cares?
And then out come the Belvedere clan. Of course, it's a 6-man. It's 6-on-6, Eddie.
Oh yeah.
It's Belvedere, George, Marcia, Kevin, Heather, and of course Wesley. They come
Of course,
out.
Wesley. Pick up your clothes, Wesley.
But now here's the thing. This whole time. Then there's a time for love and a time for change. And it's only 5. It's only Tony, Angela, Samantha, Mona, and Jonathan.
Yeah.
And I think there's like some panic. The announcer, what's happening? What's happening? Is it just gonna be 6-on-5? What's happening? And then what I think, Eddie, you tell me if you want to correct, but
Yeah.
I think then what's that? Wait, what's that? What's that? And the camera pans up to the top of the rafters. And it's what looks like just the window of a brownstone building. And then Mrs. Rosini just pops out and then shoots on a wire down into the ring. And then Mrs. Rosini is the 6th from Tony's old neighborhood. She's the shoots out into the ring.
She wasn't even announced.
Wasn't even announced.
No. And the brain is in the booth losing his mind. And Monsoon is just like, will you stop?
Monsoon loves it. Because obviously
loves
Who's the Boss cast, so they're the faces here. There's no question.
It's pandemonium.
Look at this. It's Mrs. Rossini brain. And then I think Tony Danza thinks it's all like legit. He's like, hey, look at that. He's like,
She can fly.
She can fly over here.
Hey, Angela, look. She can
Angela,
fly.
how about that? Look at that up there.
I didn't know she could fly.
I think Rossini lands in the ring and it's just fucking amped up.
Crowd
And
is
I
just
think-
lids off the place.
Oh my God. And
Pandemonium.
the Belvedere clan, they're scared now.
They're out of the ring.
Right.
They're out of the ring.
Right. They're all on the apron.
They're on the apron. They're out of the ring.
I think because they are the villains.
Yeah.
And I think Belvedere just grabs Wesley and throws him in. Like, you're starting the match. Like, he just picks up Wesley.
Wesley. Oh, Wesley. Come
Wesley.
Wesley, come in. Get in the ring. Get in the ring, Wesley.
And then I think it's 8 minutes of just a squash. Like, Rossini is just beating the fuck
Pillar to post with Wesley.
This
Just
elbow drop after elbow. Nothing he can do. She's just standing, drop kicking him.
she won't let him into the corner. She keeps pulling him back.
Just keeps pulling him back, working him over. And then of course, since they are the heels,
Yeah.
that's when I think Euchre, George, distracts the referee, and then Belvedere just tosses in a straight
A
razor.
cookie sheet. Oh, a straight razor.
I'm gonna say straight razor. And Wesley opens it and just slices Rossini open at the forehead. Blood everywhere. Oh fuck! And
And then the brain makes some quip about how it's improved her looks, and then Gorilla goes, "Will you stop?"
well, at least he's easy to look at now.
Will you stop?
Will you stop? I might want to actually try to stick a prick in Rossini now. Oh,
Will you stop?
And then so she's cut open bad.
Yeah, Crimson
And
Mask.
then Wesley just runs. He's able to just collapse and tag in Marcia, the mom, who goes to work hard.
House of Fire.
House and Rosini's just she's half dead. But here's what I think happens. Marsha pins Rosini. But she's too close to the ropes. So after 2, Rosini just sticks her leg up on the rope. And huge heart being shown by Rosini now with all the blood she's lost. And so the referee, of course, and Marsha starts arguing.
Marsha's doing
and that's when Rosini just gets her in a roll-up.
Small
1,
package.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Gets her in the small package. The mom of Belvedere, Marsha's out. First
She can't believe it.
Can't believe it. And
did she give her some business on the way out, though? Did she give Rosalie some?
Oh, she's
little bit of business on the way out?
She's giving her some, and then that's when Kevin runs in, and Kevin he grabs Rosini before she can tag out. He starts working on the forehead, and then it's just too much. It's just 2 rock bottoms, and Rosini's out. Just 1, 2, 3.
And they just roll her out of the ring. They just roll her.
They push her.
They just roll her out of the ring. And then Brain goes, "Oh, it's like they're making pizza dough." And then you stop. They're making a stromboli. Will you stop?
I don't see any water, gorilla, but I see a beached whale there on the side of the ring. Will you stop? So it's Kevin in the ring now from Belvedere.
And we're at a 5-on-5 now.
5-on-5. And Jonathan comes in.
Yeah.
Hot, but undermatched.
Sure.
He gets him over to the corner. And I would say the entire Belvedere cast just starts stomping Jonathan while he's
in the corner, in the corner turnbuckle.
And then Kevin just gets another easy pin. So now it's 5-on-4. Belvedere, Jonathan's out, Miss Rosini's out, and the mom Marsha on the Belvedere side is out.
Sure,
but the problem is, at this point, the crowd is now they're getting to Kevin, because once he started working Jonathan over, it became as a mild Marilyn Manson has just grown, and it's
grown now, and now it's really getting to him.
Everyone there just Marilyn Manson, and he's just sitting there like pointing people out, and then that's when Alyssa Milano, Samantha comes in. And just starts destroying. And Eddie, it's almost too quick how fast she gets the iron claw on him. And as he's reeling from that, she does the tornado, the twister punch, the Texas, and then that's it. 1, 2, 3, Kevin's gone.
Kevin's out.
Oh, wait, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I think it goes another way.
Oh.
She Texas tornadoes him. And then at the 2 count, Wesley comes in to interfere.
Yeah.
But then Angela runs in for the drop kick, right? So they get the 3 count on Kevin.
Right.
And then Samantha just rolls over on Wesley. 1, 2, 3. There it is.
Okay.
So now it's Belvedere George and the sister Heather versus Tony, Angela, Samantha, and Mona.
Okay.
Angela.
4-on-3. Angela.
And then now it's the Uke. I think George comes in. It's Euchre.
Okay.
And it's good at the beginning, but he starts to overpower Samantha. And
of course.
And then
he takes her to the woodshed.
The sister Heather, who I think is very underrated as a heel, the Belvedere girl Heather, she starts distracting the ref. Belvedere tosses in that famous brass cookie jar. And then Euchre just knocks Samantha out cold with it, and there's another 3 count. I mean, they're cheating so much.
This match needed multiple refs.
It really
one ref is not enough.
And so out goes Samantha. 1, 2, 3. So who's left now? We have Samantha,
Tony, Angela,
Tony, Angela, Mona, and then Belvedere, George, and Heather. So we're back to 3-on-3. And then it's another 3 count.
Now, if I'm just looking at teams right now, I think right now I know momentum's on Team Belvedere, but I think you have a team
the 3
who's the
that
boss.
are left and who's the boss too.
Team who's the boss has a solid 3.
So it's Belvedere, George, and Heather versus Tony, Angela, Samantha, and Mona. Now, and then now he's taking
Samantha's
out
gone.
Samantha's
gone.
He's taking out Samantha. So now Tony and Angela are now screaming at the ref about the injustice that just took place with the cookie jar.
Sure.
But Mona's had enough. So while Tony and Angela are screaming, she runs in hot, grabs the cookie jar, and then knocks out Euchre. Okay?
Okay.
And huge pop because Mona's not
Huge
taking
pop.
any bullshit. Euchre's out cold in the middle of the ring, and then she goes over, and the crowd goes crazy because she's about to hit Belvedere with the cookie jar.
Right.
But then that's when he just throws the ceremonial baking soda right in her face.
Now, could I
And
make a small
ready.
addendum to this?
I'm ready.
He hits him with the cookie jar, right?
She hits George Euchre.
She hits Euchre with the. She goes to count him like this, and she goes. She thinks she got 3 counts. She turns around. The ref is now holding the cookie jar. Saw what she did.
Oh,
disqualified.
Is that what you say should happen? He disqualifies.
I think because the crowd thinks for a second. Oh, Mona got him with the cookie jar, but the referee saw it.
Okay, and then here's what I think happens. Mona starts screaming at the ref, right?
Yeah.
And here's what I think. Heather runs in and rolls George Euchre, his unconscious body. She rolls it out of the ring. And then while the ref's yelling at Mona, she runs in and Belvedere and her tag. And the ref doesn't realize that Bob Euchre's still technically the legal man.
And he's unconscious outside the ring.
He should be counting him out.
Right.
But instead, they pull one over because Mona's fighting for the disqualification.
Right.
And then that's when Heather's in the ring. And then Angela jumps in. And so it's George is unconscious.
Yeah.
So it's George, Belvedere, Heather, Angela, Tony.
Yeah.
And I think Angela comes into the ring, and it's free for all. She's punching Heather and Belvedere. She hits Heather, runs and hits Belvedere, hits Heather.
She's doing body-to-back suplexes left and right. Just.
And then here's what I think happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. Heather then cheap shots Angela. Right, a little cooch shot. And then Angela, and then Belvedere, just because they don't give a fuck, they can handle the ref scolding him. So Belvedere just enters the ring, grabs Angela, takes her over to the corner, and does his patented biting move on her. Belvedere starts biting Angela.
The Belvedere bite. Yeah.
Belvedere bite. Tony's livid, and this is a mistake because the ref walks over to reprimand Tony, which then Belvedere chokeslams Angela. Heather pins her, and that's it. Now it's just Tony.
Right.
Versus 3.
Oof.
And I see Tony, he comes in, he goes after Heather. I mean, no time. And so when Heather sees Tony coming in, she runs to the top rope to try to catch him. Right? And she goes for the elbow drop, and he just RKOs her. Just catches her.
Out. Done.
Imagine the pop when Tony hits the
Huge
RKO
pop. Huge
on
pop.
Heather. Just 1, 2, 3, Heather's gone. So now
he calls it a TKO for Tony.
TKO. It's my name. It was real easy that they named me Tony because my name's Tony.
Tony. And they already got a TKO.
So, like, when they told me to do Who's the Boss, they said, I don't want my name to be Frankie or nothing because it might mess me up. They're like, no, we'll name you Tony. I was like, all right, that works. Yeah, I guess that could be Tony. Now the place is going nuts, dude. This is the moment everything we've been waiting for. Yeah. Tony and Belvedere in the ring, staring each other down. I mean, it's huge.
Euchre's still out. Euchre's still unconscious
Ref
on the
has
apron.
No idea.
No idea.
And it's just Tony and Belvedere and Tony goes nuts. He's using every move in the book, but it's just no sell.
Are they doing the clothesline like Undertaker Warrior? I mean Hogan Warrior. They're bouncing off the ropes and clotheslining each other?
because I see Belvedere as being early Undertaker. He's just no selling everything.
No selling everything. Sure.
He's just staring at Tony every hit. He's just staring. And then finally, Tony takes him and clotheslines him over the top rope. But Belvedere just lands on his feet, and he's just still staring at him.
Sure.
But then that is what nobody realized happened. Samantha never left the ring area. She was hiding now underneath the Mexican broadcast table. She comes out, nut shots Belvedere.
Oh.
Huge pop.
Huge pop.
pop.
And we all know Belvedere's weakness.
That's it. Then Tony grabs Belvedere, and he does that Randy Orton DDT, like Belvedere's
Off the rope.
2 legs are on the middle rope. And then after that, Tony makes his way for the elbow drop, right?
Yeah.
And everyone, this is it. Everyone
It's over.
Can't believe
It's
what's
over.
happening.
Right.
And he's
Sure.
signaling, but then that's when fucking Heather also didn't make her way out. And she distracts the referee. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Can I make
Tony.
one quick change here?
yes, I'm ready.
Let's just say Heather's gone.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And what comes out from under the ring is
Yeah.
Kevin now dressed like Marilyn Manson. And he's distracting the referee.
I like this better. Kevin in full Maryland. So the crowd's really turned on him. They're
Yeah.
really booing him now. They really. And so
He's
Kevin-
full Marilyn Manson.
Kevin comes out full Marilyn Manson. He distracts ref, and then get this: a now barely conscious George Bob Euchre runs up to the ring, knocks out Tony with the cookie
Ooh.
jar. Belvedere's able to crawl on him for the pin, and I mean now we have the entire Belvedere stable. They're all back. They're
You got
showboating.
Belvedere,
Kevin, Heather,
Euchre,
Wesley,
Marilyn
Euchre,
Manson,
Marsha,
Kevin.
Marilyn, Marsha, and they are all, and and the crowd is just, oh, Eddie, they're almost throwing things in the ring. They're so upset
Yeah.
right now.
I mean, it's like an ECW match. There's chairs flying into the ring.
Because who's the boss lost. And then, of
And Marilyn
course-
Manson's on the top turnbuckle, just
Right, just
egging
let
him on.
everybody have it. He's mocking the Hogan thing. What do you want to call me? What are you calling me? And then as all this is happening, the arena goes black again, and now everyone's booing more because you know it's just going to be because that's their thing, right?
drop kick my jacket.
The arena goes black, but then you hear, "Here we are, face to face, a couple of," and imagine the pop because the last we saw of the Silver Spoons cast, the Belvedere stable tricked him into a limousine that exploded.
And it blew up.
It blew up.
We
So
thought they were dead.
We thought the Silver Spoons cast was dead. But out they come. And it's one of those things where I think everyone in the audience all at the same time goes, "Together, we're going to find our way." It's just massive. Just massive. And for the first time ever, we see the Belvedere clan shook. Like
Belvedere's doing that thing where he's like telling everybody to get back. He's got that scared look and he's pushing everybody back.
And then out come the Silver Spoons cast one by
But
one.
Marilyn Manson's having none of it. Because he's feral at this point. And he charges straight into the fucking Silver Spoons cast.
And then here's where the big surprise comes in, because it's just 5 Silver Spoons cast members at this point. But then nobody thought it would come. As Kevin is charging him, out comes Jason Bateman from season 1 and 2, riding the train, and he just smashes right into Kevin, takes him out. The pop is just through the roof. And then that's when Ricky Schroeder holds up the first ever Survivor Series Money in the Bank. They all run in. I mean, all they need is Aaron Gray, right, from Silver.
Right,
Spoon.
and it's over.
Her and Alfonso from Fresh Prince, they're all just fucking up everybody. And then the dad from Silver Spoons, he spits in Belvedere's face, right? And then Belvedere turns. Schroeder gets him with the nutsack. Nut shot, throws the Money in the Bank to the referee, pins Belvedere. There it is.
It's over.
And then there it is.
Cashes in.
Imagine the pop. Together, we're going to find our way.
Oh. Will you stop?
Oh! Oh, fuck. Well, yeah, this is a great moment, Gorilla, but not so great in 20 years when this guy's riddled on meth with his MAGA flag. Oh, will you?
Will you stop?
Eddie, can the Ramble book a Survivor Series, or can we book a
Dude.
Survivor Series?
Oh,
Is that maybe the greatest Survivor Series match anyone has ever heard?
our phone lines are open, so if
I mean,
if WWE or AEW wants to give us a call, I don't.
We're ready.
We're ready.
Shit for you real quick.
We can book a match.
Together, we're gonna find our way. There we go. What a ramble. Next Ramble, Eddie, 380. We're going to be ranking Air Supply Finger songs, Air Supply Finger Bang songs. We'll go deep on early 90s music. We'll hit some Gumble Love.
Ooh,
and one last thing.
Love.
Now that this match has ended, the steel cage is being lowered. And it's Mr. Roper versus Mr. Furley. Oh my God.
In a no break the fourth wall match.
You can't break the fourth.
It's
a disqualification for whoever breaks the fourth. Oh, fucking perfect. Oh, a very special don't break the fourth wall match. Well, there we go.
If one of them looks into the camera, it's over.
It's
over.
Acknowledges anything
It's
after
over.
looking into the camera. That's it.
It's over.
Oh my God! What a podcast! What a ramble! Thank you for listening. Subscribe, 5-star rating, positive text review. Eddie and I have comedy albums out there. You can find us on iTunes. Buy those things. Give those 5-star ratings and positive text reviews. That we would love it if you happen to be able to do that. So There we are. What a ramble. Until next time, stay safe. You know where to find us. Love us. We love you all. We will be back Friday for a Ramble Radio. Until then, take care, everyone. We love you all.